Live. Oh, come on, come on, kiddos. We are in here. Hopefully, you guys are doing good today. We are. Let me see here. I haven't done this thing in such a long time. Boom, boom, boom. All right, I'll ask this question to the audience. Does marriage still work? You guys tell me. For sure. And no, it's over. So what? One, oh, that's all right. That's all right. We're just in here having a good old time in this hot house over here by the window. Hopefully you guys are doing well. I am doing well, swell. By the bell, ding. And you have, let me see here. I'll use your tablet here. Yeah. What? What? Oh, y'all in the car. Is that what that is? Airplane, car, the same, whatever it is, Yes, indeed. Let's get some people hooked up. That's what we're gonna do. Get some people hooked up today. Get them to find their love of their lives. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna help you. Or I'm gonna tell you to get lost, creep. Just kidding. Or maybe, I don't know. Sorry. My daughter's like, that's pretty mean, Dad. All right. Let me see here. This is my wife's tablet. It's odd, to say the least. Oh. All right. We are in here. And I hope that you guys are enjoying this beautiful, fine day that we are just checking back in with you guys and seeing if you guys don't talk about my tablet. I'm sorry, talk about your tablet. That thing is it's purple. It's a lot of purple. It's like what's the dude? Ernest, what is the guy from Sesame Street? Ernie? Is it Ernie? Bert? Cookie Monster? Whatever the purple dude. Grimace from McDonald's. One of those guys. He's one of those guys. But the question I have for you today is, marriage, does it still work? That's a big question. It tells a lot about you, how you feel. Maybe you've been hurt so bad that you don't believe that marriage still works. Maybe you've never thought that marriage works. Maybe you do believe that marriage is still the golden goose and that it certainly does work. I don't know. We can talk about these things, though. These things are very important for your understanding. Like I said, I want to hook some people up. That's what I've been wanting to do lately. A lot of single people have been coming to me and saying, hey, I'm single. I can't find a man. I can't find a woman. What's going on? Every time I approach a man, the man ends up ghosting me. Every time I approach a woman, the woman ends up taking her makeup and wig off, and she's not a woman. All types of stuff. And you just can't believe it. But I want to hook some single people up. I want some people to get hooked up through what we do, through our message, through the way that we feel and we think. And I think that would be a great thing for people, to see that, to go through that, and people have that understanding. Like, this is the mindset that we have. And I believe that there's successful relationships right in the middle of that. I do believe it. I do, for sure. So if you're in here, hit the like button, let people know that we are in here on the live. That would be great. If you don't, then I forgive you. I guess I forgive you. But please do. Yes. Welcome to the live. Welcome in. What's that? I saw that down there. Great comment. Yes. Do I believe that marriage still work? Of course I do. Yes, I do. Big time. Big proponent of marriage. The design that God gave us, all of that. I am extremely impressed by the way that God handled it, how God did it, and I believe in it for sure. Great question. Great question. How you doing, Doss family? Hi. Are you all a family? It's a joke. Horrible one, but it's a joke. Yes. What have you learned about marriage just this year? I learned that my wife is out of control. That's what I learned. But seriously, what have I learned about marriage just this year? It is July. So I've learned a lot about marriage, just more about marriage, about the roles in marriage for sure, because I've been diving a little bit more into that, about how a husband is more than just a provider. A husband is more than just a cash cow. A husband is more than just a job, for sure. That a husband is a protector for sure, a provisioner for sure. We did some videos about some of those things, that he is the leader, and he's again a provisioner, or the foresight. He has to see things that maybe the family doesn't see, maybe friends don't see. He has to see things in advance and make those decisions for his family. He has to lead his wife. He has to lead his family in a way that seems almost unfair and crazy, but he has to do that as a husband. He has to see what is coming, see what's best for the family, all that. I also learned this year too that the power of being a submissive wife, and how that is such a key in marriages too, and what that looks like to place yourself under your husband and have value in that. Not only that you're trusting your husband, but you're trusting God, because God says to do that. So that's a very, very powerful thing, and something that I learned more and more of this year. So yes, great question. And if you have any more questions, drop them down there below. We'll tackle your question. Great question, Doss family. It's a strong name. That's a strong name. But yes, it's been a good year, and seen a lot around marriage and relationships and those things for sure. Great question. And the time that we live in, it's scary times, because it's hard to get people to understand that commitment still exists, that there are still good marriages and stuff like that, because everybody is so caught up in celebrity relationships, celebrity marriages. I want my marriage to be like Beyonce's marriage. Do you? I want a marriage that's like whoever relationship, like Cardi B. I assure you, at the end of the day, you do not want your relationship to look like those relationships. I can assure you that. But that is what's glamorized. That is what's pushed out to the media. And again, the social media and online and all this stuff, it's a highlight reel. My wife told me that one time before, and that's so true. Social media is just a highlight reel of people's lives. You only get the good. You only get the pool parties. You only get the clean house. You only get the laughs and the smiles, but you don't get the behind the scenes. How do you get through the argument, the mean names that's being called to each other, the house, the back room that's not so clean, the kids yelling, and all the frustrations that come along with that. It's hard to get that stuff, man, for sure. Cause women claim they want to do whatever they want. That is true. A lot of times women will, that's the modern mindset though, of a boss chick that has to be in control. And that's what the elite is pushing. If you pay attention to it, now this may be a little too deep, but if you pay attention to what the narrative is, what's on the radio, what's on your television, movies and shows and stuff like that, everything's centered around the boss chick mentality, the woman being in control, the woman being the hero, the woman coming to save the day. So any movie you've watched within the past 5 years, it has some woman coming to save the man. It has some woman erasing the man. So if you're looking at whatever, Superman versus Batman, They couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle this big guy, and up comes Wonder Woman, to save the day. Whether that's Marvel movies, any Marvel movie, that's why they started calling it the MCU, because all of the shows, all of the movies are really centered around the women erasing the men. Oh, Tony Stark, the guy that saved the world, the Iron Man guy, yeah, he sucks. They have to demean the guy and lift the woman. That is the notion and the narrative of today. Make the man less, make the woman more. That is the story that's being told and is being pushed down your throat every single day. Why is it then that, why can't we have strong masculine men? Why can't we have submissive, powerful women? Why can't they coexist at the same time? The narrative is that you can't. They can't coexist together. You have to have a weak man and a strong woman. And I was looking at some reviews. I haven't seen it, but I was looking at some reviews for the Superman movie, the new Superman movie. And the common thing is that Superman is weak as he has ever been seen on screen. Superman, I said, is weak and broken down. Guess who's not? The women surrounding him. Strong, independent boss chicks. That is the narrative that is being pushed so far in this new modern world. What you got? Of course they'd do that to Superman. Not 20 years ago though. Of course. That's the new thing, is to make the man soft. Especially if you have a name like Superman. Imagine what they're trying to convey to you. That Superman is less of a man. Superman is a weak man. Superman who is a man that can't do anything without a woman. Why is that being pushed? Why is it that we got to do a video on this too. I saw this video of, Charlize Theron, whatever. And she was talking about how she was getting it on one night stand with a guy who's like 26 years old. And that was empowering for her. That was liberating for her. That was great for her. And she doesn't want a man. Doesn't want a man. And people are supposed to celebrate that. Supposed to celebrate that? No father? You're supposed to celebrate that? That's crazy. Harriet, welcome in, Harriet. You are very observant. This is true. I agree 1,000%. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. For sure. I'm gonna screen that. I'll put that on our page. Excuse my baby in the background. She's just having a good time. Say that. But yes, if you look at the narrative, it's in the movies everywhere that they minimize the man, lift the woman in a very negative way. They don't just lift the woman. So if you saw a woman who's on screen who is just comfortable in her femininity, who doesn't want to wear, whatever, up the crack leggings or whatnot, they don't push that woman and elevate that woman and say, this is a great woman. If this woman is on screen and she's talking about how she loves taking care of home or loves having babies, it's like, oh no, we don't push those type women. No, we want the woman that wants to her babies. We want the woman that is a boss chick that goes out and works, pays those taxes. That's the woman that we want to be elevated. The promiscuous woman. Why do you elevate that type of woman and not this other type of woman, but say that you're all for women? Why do you elevate a Nicki Minaj or Sexy Red or Glorilla that's talking and speaking and doing things that are just as vile as possible? Why do you lift those women? But if there's a woman that says, I want to be a stay-at-home mom, I want to be at the homestead, I want to raise my own cattle, I want to raise and do these type things, why is that woman demeaned while this other woman is lifted? Harriet said Tyler Perry does this in his movies. Ooh, don't you start that now. They are told in the Freemasonry Lodge different agendas to promote, including feminism, absolute abortion, absolutely single motherhood, absolutely, and infiltration too. So they'll infiltrate your religious structures, or they'll infiltrate the movements and just turn those movements into a direction that they want those things to do. And Tyler Perry is one of the biggest proponents of that. Very good, Harry. That is absolutely true. And he tricked so many people. You mean to tell me that Tyler Perry couldn't get a overweight black woman to play that role of Medea in a dress? You couldn't find an overweight black woman to put on a dress and play that role. Nah, he couldn't. Tyler wanted to do that role. Tyler enjoys that role because Tyler is pushing an agenda. He got you to invest in and embrace that lifestyle. I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube, you know how they go. But he got you to embrace that alphabet lifestyle by putting on that dress and doing it himself. Look at this man in this dress, acting like this, and you about to bust your gut. I was just laughing. That's so funny. And you showed it to your friends. You bootlegged the DVDs. You showed it to your children. Everybody's laughing at it. And he's pushing an agenda, destroying women, pushing the abortion, pushing the feminism, and just demeaning any other type of woman, and demeaning and pushing away any other man. Because in those same movies, you'll see the black man is always abusive, always a monster, always slapping women around, always on the drugs or whatever the case may be. That's the man that these women are trying to run away from, that they got to be empowered to get away from. It's like, bro, are there no other men? There are no other men in the Tyler Perry universe. None? Everybody light-skinned with a fake toupee on their head, and they doing this beating and dragging you through the mud. Every single man. Whew. It just got hot in here now, didn't it? My wife is over there looking at me, man. Looking at me like, yeah, yes. Oh my goodness. But that is the notion, that is the narrative that has been pushed. So when you have the average consumer now thinking about relationships or thinking about marriages, they've been so drowned in these thoughts and these images and these songs and these movies that they think that this is reality, that men are wearing dresses. This is the reality, that black men are doing this to women. This is the reality, that a good woman is a woman who is offing her children and yelling to the top of her lungs and trying to get out. That's a woman. Don't you dare be any other type of woman. Don't you dare be a woman with your clothes on. Ugh. Because every time you look at social media now, if you see a woman with a lot of followers, whatever, let's say 20,000 followers, most of the time when you see a woman with 20,000 followers, you can be sure that she's got a camera up her cheeks in the videos. It's like, wow, can we not appreciate women just for being women? Can we not do that? What's wrong with that? That we can appreciate a woman just for being a woman? Why is it that we can't appreciate that women are women, that women can give birth? Like this superpower of actually giving birth. And we don't even celebrate that. Now we just say, oh, those are birthing persons, because men too can have babies. I'll leave that there. But that is the new world that we live in. That's the crazy stuff, man, and stuff that we have to really be cognizant of, man. Like what is being pushed into my mind from this television and this radio and all this stuff? Why is there such an attack on women? It seems like the world is trying to erase women, erase them and replace them with a different version of a man. But let's get these women out of here. Let's get these women who can have kids out of here. Let's tell them to off their children, and if they don't go along with the get along gang, if they don't go along with this narrative, then you're less of a woman. Then you're not a good woman. Then we don't want you in our movies. We don't want to talk about you. We don't want to celebrate you. You're not a real woman. Wow. But you let these men come into women's spaces in their locker rooms. You let these men come into sports and just that's crazy to me, man. That is crazy to me. It's an attack on the family, absolutely. Harriet is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, if you haven't hit the little like or the heart thing, man, hit it just for Harriet, because Harriet is in here and she is dropping the gift off. It is an attack on the family, and there's good reason for that too. The enemy knows that God designed marriage. There's a structure to it, and marriage is powerful. If you want to know If you want to know how strong a society is, look at how it views marriage. I'm going to say that again for you, man. If you want to know how strong a society is, if you want to know how strong a country is, look at the way that it views marriage. Because there's something powerful about it. There's something powerful and there's something connected to it. You're not just looking at one being when you're looking at marriage. You're looking at a collective. You're looking at a collective thought when you're talking about marriage, and that's powerful. That is powerful. That's why the enemy wants to break that up so bad. Wants to break up marriage and redefine marriage. I said he wants to break up marriage and redefine marriage. Oh my God, I'm teaching. Man, I'm teaching. Did you hear me? I said he wants to break up marriage and redefine marriage. Oh, one man, one woman, that's not marriage. No. Two men, that's what it is. Two women, that's what, 3 men, 4 men, a woman, and a little baby. 2 gorillas in a tank top. Definitions are so important, and the enemy knows what he's doing. That's why the enemy is pushing that so often, man. That is absurd. And that's something that stuff we got to be very, very careful about. When we talk about marriage, we're talking about love, we're talking about relationships, talking about what we're doing as far as human to human connection, man. And we can't let the TV and the radio be the answers for us. We can't let Hollywood, for sure. We can't let Hollywood dictate or tell us anything. And I think a lot of people are becoming aware of this stuff, man, that you can't just bring out your Beyoncés and tell me to vote for you. You cannot just bring out this rapper or this celebrity or this act. You can't have Brad Pitt or President Obama come out and shun me, tell me that I'm less of a man because of who are you? No, Hollywood, you can no longer tell me that. You can no longer talk to me about any of that stuff. And people are becoming very aware of these things. And I think that's very, very important. We got to share the message. We got to share the truth, man. That you don't get to dictate these things, man. We see what's happening in reality, man. We see these kids messing with kids, man. We see the Epstein stuff all of a sudden just disappearing and it's not a thing. And I'm just saying. Marriage. We talking about marriage, man. Does marriage still work? Good stuff, man, on this beautiful Saturday, man. I can't stay here long, man. I gotta get out of here. I gotta do some other stuff, man, or whatnot, man. If you guys got questions or anything like that, you want to drop down, you can drop it down. We can talk about it. All that good fun stuff, man. But I gotta hurry up and get up out of here and spend some time doing some stuff I ain't supposed to be working on this day, man. Tripping. I'm supposed to be off. But no. I say, man, let me come and hang out with the crew, man, and talk a little bit and see what you guys got going on. Having a good time. Amen to that. Yes, indeed. And we got that on there. Good. Cool. All right. Seems like everybody's good, man. Everybody's happy. Listen, we have partnered with VidAngel too. If you guys haven't heard of VidAngel, it is awesome. It's a streaming service, right? And we like I said, we just partnered with them, but it allows you to control what you watch. So on your television or whatever, you can have everything that you don't want to show up in shows or movies. It can automatically be removed. Let's say kissing. Like I don't want kissing in any of the shows that I watch on my television, right? I can just turn that filter on, boom. Every time there's a kissing scene, you don't even see it. It just don't. It's not like it's a skip and then you miss it. It's so smooth that you don't even see it. That's an amazing thing. And don't want to see kissing? Fine. Don't want to see violence, some guy jumping off a building or any of the making out. You can turn all of it off. You can turn all of it on. Maybe you just want it off when the kids are around, but on when you want to watch it. You can do that. VidAngel allows you to do that. And you can use our promo code Henry Victoria, just like our name, Henry Victoria. And use that code. You can get a month free to try it. I think you will like it a lot. That is vidangel.com. Promo code Henry Victoria. I think you'll like it. I'm out of here, guys. I appreciate you, and we shall catch up next time.